Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "When you are right, you cannot be too radical." Very profound, very true. But this can be dangerous thinking if wielded by wrong people. Over the past year and a half, we have seen the rise of a strange phenomenon in Canada. It has hit us by surprise and caused us growing concern in these recent months. It's something alien to us, something that we have never seen before. I'm talking about radicalization. For me, it is truly unfortunate that extremism and radicalization have become so strongly associated with Islam. In fact, it is more than unfortunate, it is unfair. Because in reality, radicalization is not a problem that can be traced back to religions at all. Any religion, Islam being no exception. It's a problem that occurs amongst people of all creeds and convictions. It is a problem that we find in twisted people everywhere in the world, from every society and from every background. So, if today in this era we see an extremely minute handful of Muslims deviating towards extremism and radicalization, we should know that it is not Islam that motivates them, and that what we see today in the form of ISIS or other extremist groups is just another set of warped individuals who use violence to further their political goals. They are unstable youth, dissatisfied with the society, and looking for a greater purpose, who want to change the world and give vent to their frustration about all that is wrong with it. These are those who are most susceptible to becoming radicalized. This is a recipe for radicalization, not religion. But that's not what you regularly see from some segments of the media and on the internet. Right now, there is a narrative out there which is running in the public discourse on radicalization. It is the notion that Islam is the leading cause behind it all. It's the motivating purpose behind the violence which we find these converts are doing in the name of religion, in the name of Islam. They are misguided, strange people who are headed towards extremism. This is a narrative which has come about where it seems that to be a Muslim, you cannot be a normal Canadian. But this is quite far from the reality, this reality which is largely hidden from our view. Are Muslims really that threatening? Are they really the boogeyman they've been made out to be? Or is it a case of the media sensationalizing things and pushing a storyline that sells? According to Canada 2011 National Household Survey, there were 1,053,000 Muslims in Canada, making it the second largest and fastest growing religion in Canada. Out of these 1 million plus Muslims, there are about 90 who are currently being investigated by the RCMP for terror-related activities. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a proverbial drop in the ocean. So it's important to know that no jihadist website or Twitter feed or old recording of Osama bin Laden is a source for Islamic learning, period. In Islam, there are only two sources of knowledge upon which the faith is based. First is the Quran, which is the scripture of Islam, and the other is the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, the Prophet, his example, and his sayings. the Quran and the Prophet, that's it. Islam is the sum of these two things and nothing else. How can a book that promotes peace so forcefully be accused of causing radicalization? Far from that, the Quran at the most fundamental level helps people gain inner peace by connecting them with their Creator. Islam encourages every believer to compete with each other in doing good deeds and reaching God. At the societal level, the Quran urges that Muslims should serve humanity and thus gain social peace when it declares, "O people of Islam, you are the best people ever raised for the good of mankind because you have been raised to serve others. You enjoin what is good, and forbid evil, and believe in God." Even the greatest changes start somewhere. And we must remember that knowledge and education carry great power. And to confront this issue that we are facing, which could possibly be one of the greatest challenges of our generation, we will need to understand one thing very clearly. This battle against extremism and radicalization ultimately is really a battle for the mind. ISIS and this entire radicalization movement in general are most dangerous not because of the firepower or the soldier counts they are amassing in Iraq. The greatest danger they pose is the ideology they are continuously spreading to all people across the world, including Canada. And ultimately, an ideology cannot be beaten with guns, bullets, and surveillance. We will need to counter that ideology with powerful counter-narrative that disarms these ideas before they can take root. For this, we need to wage a massive awareness campaign exposing how far removed these radical jihadists are from the true teaching of Islam. Tonight's event was for the first of a series of over 45 events across the country, which is a large-scale nationwide campaign which will be carried out across Canada. It is hoped, and it is our prayer, that the reach of these events which are starting here today will grow and spread, and eventually this campaign becomes a movement. And by God, I tell you this with great emphasis, that we, the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, will continue this jihad of love and peace and education with every ounce of our energy to bring about this noble change until these growing threats of extremism and radicalization are snuffed out and defeated. So we need to understand that the stakes are high. And we need to understand that we are all in this together. So, it is not just us, it is not just a Muslim community or the Muslims at large that we are faced with this. We are all here today. Muslim Canadians from every background, every ideology, every thinking, should come together and think that what they can do to bring a clear message to the world, to its families, to its neighborhood, to its community, to its university, what true Islam means and is. We should tweet about this campaign. We should bring this to our friends. We should start a national conversation of how to solve this problem. This is how we hope to spread the counter-narrative to show that there are Muslim youth on the total opposite end of radicalization. This is how the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat hopes to stop the crisis. And how do you plan to? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you all.